Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's
almost
time!
What up? Once again, it's almost time, nigga. And I am cornbread of almost homeless. And you chilling with us tonight. You know what I'm saying? Not so much me, because you know you don't see me on Real Ninjas podcast in a minute. But right now, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So without the furthers, we finna go into the red corner with the one and only, the steak sauce that makes motherfucking every meat better, I guess. No homo with a spear. A1, you know what I'm saying?
I wanted to throw up the sides until you went that weird direction with it. I was like,
you know what I'm saying? I had something and then it left me and came right back.
gotcha.
Like saying some shit.
Gotcha.
But
Hey,
in the blue corner, resident hater, turkey sandwich lover, basement to despise morning. Give it up for my nigga Paul. Did I say that right? Despise?
Yep. I'm trying to hate. I'm trying to hate. This is
Said
my
I'm
hate
trying
finger.
hate. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sort of sitting in on this one because one, I gotta go to Real Ninjas, so I gotta actually travel for that.
oh, so you in person?
Yeah, and then two, what was two? Oh, I didn't watch the fight.
Oh, you didn't even get to catch up. Okay.
No, yeah,
Okay.
I did. I was you know, not unfortunately, but out of town, you know, during the fight this week.
Yeah, no, you can't even be mad about leaving and doing what you did.
Oh no, I'm not at all. You know what I'm saying? I am kind of upset because I watched Max Holloway and Ortega in a fight night, and I thought it was like current. You know what I'm saying? But I was also fucked up. So
Hey, this is the second time in like 3 weeks you've done this.
yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So I might need to get checked out or something.
Man, they gonna revoke your German ambassadorship? What's happening?
No. Oh no, because as long as it don't happen in Germany.
Okay.
Okay. Like we don't talk about that shit. We
No,
don't.
see,
say
I'm still.
Look, it's a different N word we don't say in Germany. You know what I'm saying?
I think I follow.
Yeah.
I follow.
Let's say that you know it's another word for someone who's blind. You know what I'm saying? So they can,
oh, you dumb as fuck for that.
They
cannot see.
Yes.
You
They
dumb as fuck for that, bro. No,
see.
you dumb as fuck for that one.
You know what I mean? So I just try to elevate. I try to get niggas to critical think. You know,
It took me a second. I was like, "No, you dumb for that," but that's bars.
Word
that's
up,
bars.
you know what I'm saying? So that's what I try to bring to the table.
So, I'm gonna just start it off right now because I'm a little excited about this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
And I'm hitting the wrong one, getting ahead of myself.
Oh,
wow.
I know.
my guy's wife said she loves this, by the way,
Parlay boys.
because she's a Shania Twain fan.
Oh, that's her favorite part.
Yeah, and I played it for her, and she was like, "Oh my god!" And like I just played her a snippet of it, like the episode with the parlay, and she was like, "You guys are funny."
Hold up, let me grab my handy dandy tally sheet.
Oh yeah, you know we good right here, bruh.
He's freaking out because he won one.
No, not just because I won one, but because you both lost.
Yeah,
You didn't even lose. Brett didn't lose.
He didn't win.
Right. I feel like there should be something for that. That's not fair.
That's an asterisk stroke, nigga.
That's an asterisk. Hey, I gotta catch up somehow. Okay.
Yeah, you're
Hey,
right. You're right.
Look, you can have it.
And so the official tally now, because my parlay did hit barely. My guy got out with a split decision, and really, I did watch it, and I feel like it went to the right person, but I was also a little biased. Like I wanted dude to win. His opponent though really had a actually a good fight. Like it was back and forth. I feel like Felipe took the first round. Let me get to my cheat sheet, so I'm because I'm not saying dude's name and I feel like an asshole. Let's see here. Hold on. Where'd it go?
Said where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Okay, yeah, Victor Altamirano and Felipe
Yeah.
Dos Santos. Dos Santos was my pick, and this was back and forth. I feel like Felipe won that first round. Altamirano, I feel like had the stronger second round. But then that third round, I feel like Felipe did enough, was active enough. Actually, I think ended the round on top as well and eked out a split decision dub.
Word up.
So I'll take that. Official tally now is at Cornbread with 4, Paul with 2, and I'm finally up to 2. So I'm back in this bitch.
And this is after 5 events, right?
This is after 5 events. Yes, sir.
I got 5 circled. I got a whole, you know what I'm saying? I got
Oh, so you are
It's like a crossword.
yeah.
You keeping track of even how many events
as far as how many fights. So
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't want because this for the belt, these are official tallies.
Yep.
So I want to know we got the same shit.
Oh, so we putting all the records on the belt.
Nigga.
Okay. I like it.
Official tallies only, nigga. You feel me?
But no, all in all though, this fight night was a pretty decent fight night. There was actually a few split decisions, and I was a little surprised about it. But we'll actually run up and start from the main event was Brandon Moreno and Brandon Royval number dos. Second time they ran this, Moreno won the first one. I can't even say I don't think I saw their first match. I just know Moreno won.
I don't remember it like that, but yeah.
And so no, yeah, they ran it back, and it went to a decision all 5 rounds, and Royval got the split decision against Moreno. Yeah, in Mexico City too at that.
Yeah.
And there's some people I've been watching the threads and the comments of just what people thought of the results, and there's a lot of fanboys upset that Moreno lost. Me personally, I was pulling for Moreno in this fight, and he lost this fight. The first 3 rounds, there was just he was circling on the
outside. Did he lose like Neil Magny lost to Ian Gary? Or did he lose like no, it ain't a questionable round type shit? Like the way they judged the split, he was like, "Yep, that's cool."
I feel like they got it right. Okay. I feel like even going into the 5th round, I had Royval up 3-1.
Right.
So they ended up they judged it was 48-47, 49-46 for Moreno, and then 48-47 for Royval. So there was one judge had Moreno winning that 4 rounds to 1, which they was smoking crack.
Yeah.
Like that was
just couldn't give them unanimous.
No, they couldn't, and they shouldn't have even given them the 49-46. It should have been 48-47 across the board, or if there was a 49-46, it should have gone in Royval's favor.
Yeah.
First 3 rounds, Moreno was all defense. It was all circling and trying to draw him in to strike on him.
Right.
And Royval was more active. Had the octagon control. He threw like 2 or 3 times as many shots through the entire fight that Moreno did too. Didn't land hardly any, but like he landed more and he was throwing more. He was a more active fighter, and there's a reason that he got this. And give me a second, I gotta go yell at these dogs.
He said I gotta go yell at the dogs, and this is why y'all niggas need commercials, man.
Yep, you're right,
man. Where the despised morning commercial at? I'm finna make an almost homeless commercial.
I got one. Fuck
He
it.
said, I got one. Fuck
Let
'em.
me, let me pull
Upload
it up.
this bitch.
Yeah, let me fucking. Oh yeah, good idea. I didn't even think about that.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I do with my shit on Real Ninjas.
Fuck it, I'll put one up there. Is there a limit to how big it can be?
I think 200 maybe megabytes, and then anything after that, it'll just make you share it like it'll just upload it like as a separate thing. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
you talking about our storage, huh?
Huh?
He said this is why you need commercials. So I was like, I got a commercial. Let me upload that shit.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna go in there. We gotta, because I know everything's getting uploaded right onto the YouTube page, so it's all there. I'll have to go in and clear out some space, because I think after tonight we running with about 5 hours of free space.
Word up.
Which means we putting in that work though.
So, just, and I know we own, but just a suggestion, if you want to like keep it in like current rotation or something, you know what I mean? Because you could use the recordings as a stream type shit. So like you could even run those replays back on Real Ninjas, so they'll be on there before you delete them, and then you'll have them. You know what I'm saying? And can reference them or make a playlist with all of them, or
word up. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Word up.
Or do what you want. I don't shit. Don't even.
But hey, so Royval got the dub, and you know what he did? He said, anybody that wants to smoke, y'all can get it, because y'all ain't keeping me down anymore. We can run it back with Pantoja in Brazil, 301, and it ain't going the same way. He ain't keeping me down. He said, I know, I'm breaking in. I'm taking everybody's shit.
Oh, my damn.
Oh, my damn.
Oh, my damn.
I like it, but also he got some backlash, because everybody's like, that's what we just saw. But like, what was the other outcome going to be? It was going to be Moreno or Pantoja. Like that's one of them things.
Them the three horsemen right now.
Yeah, no, for real, and the fact that Royval, like, I'm not going to say he looked spectacular because he didn't finish him. He outpointed him.
Yeah.
But he did what he had to do, and just the same, there was a couple times where Moreno tried to take him down, and I give Royval credit. Bounced right back up. Did not accept the fucking position, and got out of it. Worked to better it. Actually, I think got a couple of takedowns. The right guy got a decision, in my opinion.
Word up.
Co-main event, man. Let me tell you though, Yair Rodriguez and Brian Ortega. This is also part of our
parlay boys.
This was Paul's pick, actually, I believe.
Rip. Yep.
And, hey, bro, and like if you would have just watched that first round, you would have been like, "Oh, I won." Because he had T City hurt bad in that first couple minutes of that fight. Like just good stand up, good shots, had him rocked. Like I think, actually, I know Ortega was worried because he admitted it. He's like, "Nah, it got real for a minute." But he fought through it, and I'll tell you what saved him. I didn't even know this was drama that was happening, and I guess him and Tracy Cortez broke up.
Who did?
Brian Ortega and Tracy Cortez.
She's on the market, boys.
Oh yeah.
But she was in the crowd.
On the Derek Lewis diet.
Oh God.
So I can get a 6-pack. So I can holla at you, Tracy.
But yeah, no, she was in person for the fights too. She was there. So he probably looked out and seen that, got rocked, and was like, shit, I don't care what I gotta do. I can't lose to my, like, while my ex is watching.
Wasn't she with Pereira? Or who was with Pereira at the fights?
That's
Pollyanna Vienna or something.
Yeah, that's who it was, Pollyanna or whatever.
Colby Covington's ex, or he like smashed him past, and Poeton's like, nah, give me that.
And he was just sitting there like, yeah, I hit.
Yep. It's good.
Bomb.
He's like a walking Stonehenge.
Yeah.
Dude, like I give him credit, man, because like to be in this sport for 2 years, become double champ, and doing what he's doing. This is one of my favorite active fighters right now.
Yeah.
Like I love me Poatan. Like this dude
He's gonna
is
get
it.
exposed soon.
You
Once he
think
faces some real grapplers, he'll
Hate,
learn.
hate.
Well, and it's not going to be too soon because according to Jamal Hill, he's going to stand up with him. He ain't going to the ground.
That's because Jamal Hill's a fucking idiot, and he's always been an idiot. Actually, as much as I fucking hate Jamal Hill, straight punches get to the target faster than round like hook punches, and Jamal throws straight punches, and Pereira almost always throws hook punches. So
I don't think it's a good idea personally for him to try
I agree.
to stand
It's not.
with
not.
Peloton. But if he wants to, like, hey, I'm all about an entertaining fight. I'm all about watching somebody sleep.
But I'm telling you, watch if Jamal wins, he's gonna win exactly like Adesanya beat him.
Gotcha. Hey, and before you got to dip, because I know what's coming, peek ahead right quick and make you a pick.
Oh shit. Did I do that or did he do that?
I don't know.
I don't think I did that.
Oh, okay, then my bad.
Maybe I did. I don't know.
Does it happen at the same time I started moving?
I went to grab my phone so I could whip up to put our picks in, and I think I might have hit a button too. So who knows?
And then go to my parlay real quick, Nick.
Oh yeah, your parlay technically did not happen because Raul Rosas pulled out of the fight, was sick. About 5 minutes before he was supposed to make the walk, need commentators
wine?
let everybody know.
Raul, my son, man.
About to get disowned.
He didn't. No, I mean, you know, niggas get sick.
No, you're right. I'm just fucking.
Well,
around.
no, and there's some speculation on what actually happened. It could have been a bad weight cut mixed with the elevation that he just, according to his father, Rosas's father, he still wanted to make the walk. It was his corner that said, no, you aren't in shape. You ain't good to fight. So we calling it.
Yeah.
And
which, as they should.
Yeah, no, that's a smart corner. I'm not mad at him per se.
No,
the only thing I'm upset about is like the 5 minute. Yeah, the 5 minute heads up. Like 5 minutes before this fight was supposed to happen, they're like, oh, by the way, it's not happening.
We have some bad news.
Yeah. And so, but supposedly, and it's not actually on the actual card on the site anyways, but supposedly Dana said they running it back this upcoming weekend at the Apex.
Okay.
But his opponent went on the record and say nobody signed a contract on Rosas' end. So
I guess they just meant Dana just probably meant they're gonna try and sweeten the offer so he can't refuse, so he already knows they're gonna take it, maybe.
Who knows? It was a wild call, like just for it to be on and then not.
I think it's because they were trying to make the fight happen until last minute, I guess, which I kind of get. But yeah, I guess at what point do you call it?
I don't know none of these niggas.
Right, this card's pretty lacking as far as name value goes. But I was looking at picks last night because I was gonna lock in Umar Nurmagomedov, but I was like, let me look at his opponent real quick. He's got 12 TKOs and he's only 14-1. I looked at all his opponents and they're not cans. But this is also his first fight in the UFC, so I think Umar Nurmagomedov, the level of competition he's been fighting is just a lot higher. So I still got to lock him. Oh, I'm not.
Is that your pick?
I mean, yeah. If I'll make first pick, fuck it. I'm locking in Umar Nurmagomedov. I mean, it's a fucking parlay boys. 50, but
then I'm gonna go and lock in Muhammad Makayev, nigga.
Ooh, okay.
Muhammad Makayev, okay. I like that one.
Parlay boys.
And I'm gonna go ahead and give me Vitor Petrino.
All three of them.
I just really like hitting that button.
Yeah. No, that's a good one.
Hey, we here at It's Almost Time. We gonna cook up some more sound effects, some nice little songs, some remixes, just some fun shit for y'all here long term.
Fuck it, I'm gonna throw a $5 on it. That's way more than I usually bet.
Oh,
but it's minus 105, so it's like fuck. What else am I? 3-pick parlay at -105.
Damn.
Do it.
It's the
Well,
juice.
all right, I'm about to head out like a fetus.
Hey, be safe.
Word up. Enjoy your night, everybody out
Yes.
there. And
Tell,
like and subscribe.
Mr.
And
Al
know it's
Unicorno.
almost time, nigga.
Tell Mr. Al
And a Real
Unicorno
Niggas
what's up.
Network. What you say?
I said, tell Mr. Al Unicorno, hola.
Word up. Gotcha.
All right. But man.
Yeah, this is like the most softball parlay we've ever done, probably. As far as odds
this
go.
is a softball ass, like no name having ass fight night.
Right,
but I guess
right.
with 3 stacked pay-per-views in a row.
Right, yeah. You gotta let some of these guys fight eventually, right?
For real. That's really what it comes down to. I know we
I
kind
bet
of skipped
that's the best
around.
thing they've done in a minute for saving money.
Right.
They just come to the fucking Apex.
But yeah, I know we kind of skipped around, got the parlays out the way, and then picked ahead. But just to kind of cover, fight of the night honors was Daniel Zellhuber versus Francisco Prado. This was a good fight. Like, I see why this got fight of the night. It was decent. Actually, Ortega got a performance of the night as well for his submission over Rodriguez. Actually, we didn't even finish covering that. Yeah, Ortega had a really shitty first round, got touched up, and then in the second round it said, no, I ain't going out like that, and turned the tides, got a submission. I think it was a rear naked choke in the third, early in the third. Rodriguez faded, and it almost felt like he gave up. Like, he just, every time Ortega was getting him down to the ground, there was no sense of urgency for him to get back up. He accepted the position.
Who do you submit? Maybe he recently submitted a jiu-jitsu guy, so maybe he was just, on his high horse as far as ground game goes. Yeah.
It had to have been, because I was going to say, I don't think Ortega's had a submission since 2017.
Oh, he's still a submission guy, though.
Oh, yeah. It's just been a minute. And I mean, and it's not hard to be a minute to get anything when you ain't fought in over 2 years.
Oh, yeah. He submitted Brian Ortega. That's what it was, I thought. Or I can't remember. Never mind. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, no. He did submit Brian Ortega. No, I'm an idiot. That's all right. Scratch it all.
No, Rodriguez TKO'd Ortega.
Yeah, and
in July of 2022.
He choked out Josh Emmett for, I don't know why I thought he choked out a grappler, but Josh Emmett's definitely not a grappler.
Yep. But yeah, okay. See, and I didn't even realize, I forgot that Rodriguez and Ortega had fought prior. I didn't realize Rodriguez already had a dub over him.
That was part of the basis of my pick.
Gotcha. It makes sense.
Yeah, I beat him once.
Well, and really, it wasn't a bad thing. Rodriguez was a slight favorite to win that. And again, with the inactivity of Ortega, it's really hard to bet on somebody when they ain't fought in 2 years. Like, even no matter how good they are, there's going to be some rust. There's going to be some cobwebs shaken out. Again, look at Colby's last performance. Dude sat out for 19 months, and you could tell it fucking showed. And I was so happy.
I want to see Colby fight Ian Gary.
Bro, I want to see that. I don't really have any desire to see him fight Wonder Boy.
Who?
I just want to see him fight somebody that I know is gonna fucking hurt him.
I'd like to see him fight Wonder Boy, but just because I think that would be a fun striking match to watch. But I don't really like watching. I guess I kind of like watching Wonder Boy, but I don't know. I just don't like the karate thing.
I think I really feel like we've got maybe 1 or 2 Wonder Boy fights left before he's calling it a career. I mean, he's already in his 40s, 40, 42 or something like that. Like,
yeah, I don't remember. He's definitely up there.
So, it'll be nice to see him fight another time or two. But again, it's one of them things. I love that I've been a fan of this sport for so long, but this is like the 4th or 5th changing of the guard I've seen in my lifetime in the sport, and it kind of depresses me.
Yeah, he's 41. Good.
But yeah, like I said, Rosas Jr. and Ricky Torcios was canceled. Tercios, by the way, is the Ultimate Fighter. I don't remember what season, but he's a tough winner. He won his season of tough, I guess. I was not aware of that.
Who was it?
Rosas's opponent.
Oh, okay.
So, dude actually might be legit or pretty decent. And I mean, his record's 13-3. So it's that could have been a good fight. I really do hope they run it back or run it. Yasmin Uruguay versus Sam Hughes. This was a decision win for Uruguay and a pretty definitive decision. Sam Jones, I mean, she was a gamer. She was on the chopping block like 4 fights ago, and then literally has won 3 of her last 4. Every time it feels like her back has been against the walls when she's performed best. She was actually an underdog going into this and performed decent, but Uruguay won the fight for sure. Like there's not much that you could say about it, or Manuel Torres versus Chris Duncan though. Not a bad like this. This was a fun fight. It was a quick fight. Sub in the first round. Actually, I think he caught him with a triangle. It's one of my favorite subs. Just he threw it up, and he was starting to get out of it, and so he threw his leg from around underneath his neck and started to work the armor and omoplata. And so Duncan rolled back in or went back into the position he was originally, and dude transitioned right back into the triangle. Easy tap. Performance of the night, extra 50K on that one. That's actually what kicked off the main card. Christian Quinones versus Rayoni Barcelos. This was a decent fight as well. Actually, I thought it was going to go to a decision, but Barcelos pulled out a sub there in the 3rd round. I feel like
he would have lost if he hadn't.
Yeah, no, he was losing that fight. I had Quinones up 2 rounds to none actually.
I also thought that Quinones looked like he was almost a weight class bigger. So he was just bullying the fuck out of Barcelos. Yep. Everything Barcelos tried, the other guy was just out manning him basically.
Yep. Well, and the Quinones brothers, both of them have been known to kind of like impose their will and kind of suck the fight out of their opponents. Usually they're pressing the pace and getting them to win and stuff. And I mean, he was following the game plan up until he got caught.
Yep.
But nice little performance for Barcelos. I liked it.
That shows he never gave in. He was trying to win the whole time.
Yep. And actually, I'll jump back really quick about the Yasmin Uruguay and Sam Hughes fight. Hughes, keep your corner, because going in between the 2nd and the 3rd round, they wasn't sugarcoating shit. They said, no, hey, we're in Mexico City. Regardless of how close either one of them rounds are, you're probably behind. You're probably going to need to fucking you're going to need to go psycho mode to get this. And she tried. She just, the talent didn't match. She was outclassed.
Yasmin was pretty mean. She was putting on a striking clinic. I really like the way she was striking. She throws hard-ass punches.
Yep.
Pretty fierce striker.
Seeing heat. 4 different spots. What?
Yeah, it's right here. It's on her butt, and her back leg.
We need to run a commercial.
I guess one of the dogs is injured.
Oh,
they're
no.
bleeding, and that's got to be new because they've been up on my bed. I don't see any spots. That's
maybe every time that happened to my dog, it was usually like a toenail broke off or got stuck in something, and they broke it or somehow.
Yep, there could be that, and plus we got a bunch of female dogs over here, and both the adult ones are not fixed. But I don't know if she's cut or if it could be that.
Right.
Anyways, I don't want to turn everybody off since we is live. I ain't trying to talk about all of that stuff, but I'll have to check on it once we run this. Jesus Aguilar versus Jesus Miñonca. This was a pretty back and forth fight, and actually, this is one of the few fights on the card I was not surprised that it went to a split decision. Like either fighter probably could have gotten the nod, in my opinion, on this one.
Right. I thought overall this card, the prelims on this card were pretty damn good. Like, I mean, it shows a lot of decisions, but even those decisions I thought were good fights.
No, like a lot of
Most
pace.
of
It wasn't stagnant. Like they were trying. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm gonna fill you out or I'm gonna try to ride this to a decision. No, it was very. They were pushing, trying to get the decisions or trying to get the dubs. It just Also, another thing, anybody who watched this card probably would have noticed you did not see a fight take place over 155 pounds. It was all the little guys, and they did it on purpose because they were at like 7,000 feet above sea level. They didn't want the big guys gassing out. So this is a little weight class match, basically. This whole fight night was all like nobody bigger than 155.
I did not even notice that, to be honest. That's
Yep.
cool.
Yep. Actually, I think or let me double check. I don't want to talk shit and then be
I
wrong.
think you're right. Yeah, I have it. I have the whole card
Yeah,
pulled up on shit.
there
You're
was
totally right.
there was 3 lightweight bouts. It was the Zellhuber and Prado, Manuel Torres, Chris Duncan, and then this fight, the Claudio Puelles and Faris Ziam, Ziam.
We need John Anakin here for those. I don't know.
Right. They got to have little cards that has the enunciation, like a dictionary. It's like, oh, that's how you say it. Nope. Let's see here. But yeah, the Jesus Aguilar Mendoza got the split, which again I think kind of surprised the crowd because they were pulling for Aguilar. Aguilar was the native. Edgar Shirez and Daniel Lacerda. They ran this one back finally. This happened at UFC Noche. This was the no decision where they ref called a sub, and then in watching it, they got called a no contest in real time because he wasn't out. They were, I think, planning on running this back sooner than what they did, but I don't know if it was just scheduling conflicts or how it worked out. But yeah, they were finally able to run it back here. And Shirez got the decision originally before it was turned to a no contest. Well, he went out and got himself a submission victory this time, and there was no doubt about it.
Was he the guy who would have got the submission last time if it wouldn't have been overturned? Oh, okay, so he said, "I'll do it again."
Yeah, no, he's like, "Wow, Sunday, Monday, fight night, Noche, Mexico City, give me that neck."
131-pound catch weight.
Yep, I think so. But
who missed weight? Who fucked up?
Yep. Claudio Puelles versus Faris Ziam. This was actually a pretty decent fight back and forth. Ziam got the decision, and they got that one right. Puelles, it was more, he was getting some takedowns, but he wasn't doing shit with it. Right. There's a couple fights like that. There was one earlier in the night. It was the Alta Moreno and the Dos Santos fight. Alta Moreno got like 7 takedowns on Felipe Dos Santos, but didn't do much with it. He had
I think it ended up being like 9. It was a shitload.
Yeah, you might be right. I think
it was a bunch, 9. Regardless. Yeah.
But when you're getting takedowns and you're not doing anything with it, we're starting to see the judges aren't giving them shit, and I feel like they kind of got part of that wrong, because if you look even at the overall strikes in the rounds, it was pretty evenly matched, and then you top in the takedowns that Alta Moreno got. I feel like should have gave him something, but at the same time, just because the strike numbers match doesn't mean that the significance of the strikes that are landing or the power of the strikes that are landing is the same. And Felipe, I feel like, was touching him harder, I feel like hurting him more than he was hurting Dos Santos. So again, I'm biased. They helped me get my dub on the parlay part, so I'm not complaining. Let's see here. But yeah, Ziam ended up getting a unanimous decision over Puelles. Like I said, he wasn't doing enough with the spots he was getting with the takedowns. Ziam won that fight. Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Dennis Bondar, though, this was an entertaining fight. Not only did it end with a submission, I think with like 1 second left in the second round, but they was banging this out to like from start to finish. This was an entertaining fight, back and forth. Both people got hurt. Both were landing shots. But yeah, Rodriguez with the submission victory. And then to start out the night was Eric Silva versus Muhammad Naimov. First round KO, and man, he starched the fuck out of Silva.
But did you see what happened? Or like how it happened, kind of? His foot got stuck in the gap between the canvas and the cage.
That's right. Did he actually blow his Achilles?
I don't know actually. It just says TKO leg injury on SureDog, but I hope if there's a gap there, that seems like that should be like not there.
Right? Well, no, it's always been there. There was a fight that's been probably 5 or 6 years, maybe even longer. But somebody went to throw a kick and literally slice their fucking foot on the fencing. So
Yeah,
they
there's got
know
to be
that
somewhere.
this has been an issue, and they almost might need to put a little foot guard down there, like with about
Right.
3 or 4 inches from the bottom.
I would say, or maybe what I was thinking is maybe make the canvas like 6 inches wider, and then have the cage wrap tightly over the top of it, and then go up. So the bottom is just canvas, and then it's like a corner, cage
Yeah,
and canvas.
well, yeah, like 4 or 5 inches of canvas up on top of the fencing, right?
I mean, I was just thinking a straight right angle, but if you curved it, that might be, I don't know, that might make people like fuck up their ankles, if they step on the curve and it like twists it.
And
I don't know.
I mean, if we're speaking honestly, I mean, there's only so much they're gonna do that's gonna be able to prevent anything. And this is a combat sport, and at the end of the day,
Right.
these motherfuckers are going in there trying to hurt each other. But
Right.
to see something like that, where it's due to the equipment or the background shit, it didn't have anything to do with like a technique or a punch or a kick. It was just bad timing. It sucks.
Right. Yeah.
But 'tis the fight game, I guess. But yeah, like I said, Naimov got a TKO victory, 44 seconds in, but yeah, it was also off of that leg being compromised due to the cage. So it's a little bit of both. Because actually, yeah, now that you said that, he didn't even connect really with because it was a high kick. It looked like dropped him, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
He blocked it, but that as he was going back, yeah, the Achilles spot of his back heel pressed into the cage, and he collapsed right away. But it was weird too, because as they were looking at him, they were looking at his knees and his upper leg.
Right.
So maybe something gave out up there. Like, who knows?
Yeah.
It's a little weird. Just a little weird. But yeah, no, it's this fight night coming up, like we were saying, looking at the parlays, it's not super stacked with a lot of big names that people are gonna know. But sometimes these are the best cards that you can get. Like
Yep.
these people that you don't know a lot about, they got a lot to prove, and that usually gives them a chip, and that they'll come out and perform. I know we got Knudsen on here.
I see Raul Rosas, like you were talking about, is on here.
Did they get it updated? Is he on officially?
It's on SureDog, so I'm not assuming if it's official.
Yeah,
But
they just probably haven't updated the
okay,
UFC site.
like
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go set SureDog up after this episode to where I feel like they get better details than the UFC website.
I just like it the way they organize it. That's why I use it. But yeah, it looks like they're also having it at 140-pound catch weight, because I'm assuming they don't want to make them cut all the way down to 135 like 2 weeks in a row.
Yep.
Fair.
That especially they just did a weight cut the week before.
Right.
I that's fair enough. Fair enough. I guess you do got Javid Basharat on this card though. He's a minus 380 favorite though over Ayman Zahabi.
Yeah, that's one thing they don't have on SureDog is odds. I don't see any odds on here.
And you got Matt Schnell versus Steve Urseg, Umar Nurmagomedov versus Bosca Almakhan. Which, dude, if like you were saying, you were taking a look at this dude's histories. It's not.
I even watched a couple of his fights too. I mean, he's a good striker in my opinion.
I said the same too about Imavov coming in, because I'd seen a couple of his fights prior, or Aliskarov or something like that. It was a dude. I think his only loss actually is to Khamzat.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, and he lost to him prior to coming to the UFC.
Right, probably over in Brave. I watched a couple of his fights in Brave.
Yep. But let's see here. Yeah, main event of the night is Jairzinho Rosenstruck versus Shamil Gaziev. It might be all right. But no, I'm really, this Vitor Petrino and Tyson Pedro fight should be a good one. And Perez versus Makayev. I mean, if we're speaking honest, that should be a back and forth fight. This is going to be a good test for Makayev. Not saying that he hasn't fought somebody ranked before, But like as he's starting to climb, his fights are going to get harder and harder. This should be a good test for him. And he's number 8 now versus number 7. I kind of hate these because I feel like, if you win, you move a spot up.
Right.
And if you lose, what happens? You probably don't go anywhere. But that they're doing what they're got to do. And like I said, I can't even complain about the names on this card because 298 was pretty stacked. We got the card weekend after next is UFC 299 O'Malley versus Vera 2. That is stacked. There's actually a lot of people that think this is a more stacked fight card than 300. I think both of them are decent. I feel like people got their hopes way too up for 300 that it didn't matter what they announced. It was going to be a letdown.
Yeah, and I think that's on the promotion, honestly.
Well, it was kind of on Dana. He was, this what we're going to announce for the main event. Nobody's going to see coming. It's going to blow your mind.
He fucked it up. We have a standard title fight on the line, boys. Watch out.
Well, and supposedly they're to add one more fight to that card. It's not like the main event's already been announced. The main event is what it is, but supposedly they got one more announcement for 300. So we'll see.
All right.
We shall see.
So it might be an actual banger though, because if they've announced their title fights, this would be like still a really big fight, but they prioritize the title fights for the main and co-main.
Yep. Well,
so
and there's been some buzz. There's been some buzz supposedly about some possible matchups. Jorge Masvidal, according to some recent tweets and some media announcements, has said that he is no longer retired. He wants to fight the winner of Holloway and Gaethje for the BMF title next.
I bet he does. 170 head ass.
But the thing is, though, is like I don't care if he weighed in at 185. Like I don't think he's got the answer for Gaethje. I think Gaethje would starch him. And at this point, I feel like Max could probably beat him. He didn't look super impressive his last fight. He gave up halfway through the fight, the Gilbert Burns fight. He basically just accepted he was losing. Even there in the 3rd round, I feel like he was giving Burns his chin. He wanted Burns to sleep him, but Burns didn't. I don't know if he's saying this for cap or what it is, but Nate Diaz has also talked about wanting to make his UFC return. I don't think it's going to be 300, but he was talking, I think June. He's wanting to come back.
I'm pretty sure I'm the minority.
He said he wants on the UFC Noche card.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm the minority on this, but I really don't give a shit about anything Nate Diaz does. I don't care to see him fight ever again. I don't really like his fights. Like, I don't know. They're never that fun for me to watch. I don't know. I've never been into either of the Diaz. I like watching Nate or Nick a long time ago, but I've never really just been a fan of Nate Diaz at all.
It took a minute for me for Nate to grow on me. I didn't like Nate at first. Like first few years that he was in, I was like, oh, you copy and paste of your brother, but lighter and not as good.
Right. I'm more prefer the sport aspect of it rather than the drama aspect. And he's just not going to be fighting for a title anytime soon. He's washed up. So I just don't really care about anything that he does anymore.
And that's the thing. And
that's my thing with Jorge. Like, I mean, I'll watch him fight, but I don't really give a shit.
Like I said, he grew on me. It took, I think around the time he beat Conor, I was like, okay, this dude is legit. Like he called the shot. He made that fight happen, got himself paid and got a dub over it. And technically, if I'm speaking honest, he won the second fight too. They gave it to Conor because they want to have that possibility of a trilogy. But go back and rewatch that second fight that they had. Diaz won it 3-2, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're talking supposedly about Diaz coming back. I'd be okay to watch him fight, but I'm kind of in the same boat that you are. I know even if he comes back, might be entertaining. We might get a good fight out of it, but it's not like he's gonna get a title shot from it.
So he'd probably come back at 170, right? So let's see who he would even fight. Who would be a cool fight? I guess I'm assuming. I guess it wouldn't be anyone in the top 15. I assume.
No,
maybe they would though for the fun because that's what they gave Leon somebody that was who. Did Leon fight Nate?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. I was gonna say
And,
they
he
let
whipped his ass for 4 rounds until the
Right.
5th, and he got slap stumbled. And like Diaz, if he would have poured it on him there, he probably could have gotten the dub.
right, but I just meant using that as an instance to show that they'll give guys in the top 15 big fights to guys who aren't really even title contenders, you know, just because
Well,
it's a
and
big fight.
there are certain. I think there's a certain group of fighters that could almost get any fight that they'd want to get if they asked for it, just because of who they are and if it
Right.
was a draw.
You know what would be the shittiest fight ever? Neil Magny versus Nate Diaz. That shit would be so boring.
Who's getting the decision? Yeah, no, that is one of them. Like if those two went, like I'd almost could guarantee that it's
Ooh, okay. I could see Nate coming back and fighting Ian Gary. That'd be like a fun press conference.
that would be a fun conference. But I think Gary's probably progressed past. He would beat Diaz in a fight personally.
Yeah, I think he would be. I think Diaz could beat him if he wouldn't stand up because Diaz jiu-jitsu is fucking lit, but he
And
just
well,
wants to
we
stand
haven't
and fight
really
with
seen
people.
Gary's jujitsu because he just stands. I guarantee you, he got it though.
He probably
And
does.
well, in this last camp, actually, like his new home to train is actually down in Brazil. He's been training with Charles Oliveira and his team, and said he found a really good group of people to motivate him. And
His wife's boyfriend sent him to Brazil for a bit. Sent him away for a bit.
and that was, bro, and that was something that was annoying about that fight that he just had, is as he got the dub that he didn't really get. I feel like Jeff Neal won that fight, but when they called that Gary won it, they panned to his fucking wife. Like the UFC knows what they're doing. They know it's fucking. People are gonna be like, "Oh, fuck that bitch," and get on their
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
their
yeah.
keyboards and start.
Yep. Twitter, TikTok,
Yep.
or X.
No, it's Twitter. Fuck X. That's stupid shit. Like, and that's how I know Musk was never cool. Like, you try to name something X and thought that people was gonna just go along with it. Nah, just call it Twitter, dude. But no, 299, man. I'm fucking ready for this. I don't know what's gonna happen here though. This main event could go either way, and they got Cheeto as the underdog, even though he's got the dub over him.
Yeah, everyone thinks it was because of a freak leg injury, or a lot of people do.
He damaged that leg in the fight. Like Cheeto
Yeah, but
damaged that leg.
I agree, but I don't think a lot of other people do.
No, I know. And then once the leg was out, like when he hit them with them, then when he was down in his guard and started connecting with them elbows, man, that sounded like cabbage being thrown against the side of a house. It sounded brutal. It sounded like he split his damn dome open.
Yeah.
And he ate 2 or 3 of them, grabbed his head, and then remembered, oh shit, it was my leg. I better. And then he started grabbing his leg. So and don't get me wrong, like they both. It's been a few years since this fight happened. They both evolved since then, and I feel like Sean has evolved more than Barra, at least as far as where they were to where they are now. They're both good fighters, but I feel like O'Malley is Cheeto's too slow to start.
I agree.
He's always got like these for round 1 and 2 where it takes him like a whole 10 minutes of being in there to finally wake up and start doing things. And maybe if you're Vera's team, you make him spar hard for 10 minutes right before coming out. Like you really amp it up and make it feel like he already fought or was in a fight before getting out there. I guess supposedly before this the Merab and Cejudo fight, Aljamain Sterling was saying that him and Merab went 3 rounds in the back right before he came out. So I
think Merab is the biggest cardio machine in the entire UFC. Though.
Oh, I agree, and I feel like it's just a matter of a time before he's new the way it's going. I don't think anybody's got an answer for that right now. Although, don't get me wrong, Cejudo had him stumbled in that.
I was gonna say, I think if we get someone, you know, I think.
You think Sean got a chance if he gets past Cheeto?
I was gonna say, I think anybody that lands a good shot, because Merab, I think you're gonna have to knock him out to beat him. And anybody that's Sean's the type of guy I think that could knock him out.
Well, hey, and one thing I will give O'Malley credit for too, it's not like going into that Sterling fight, he called what he was going to do, and nobody believed him. Nobody thought that he had it in him to finish Sterling,
Right.
and he did what he said he was going to do.
Pretty sure I bet on Sterling.
That was one of the few times I didn't put any money on Sterling. I actually had Sean. I picked Sean winning by KO. I was sold enough on it. He had repeated it enough. I don't remember who else
You
it
weren't
was.
sold on Ilya though. You hated Ilya for doing the same exact thing.
It was different how they went about doing it. And I will elaborate.
Okay.
Like O'Malley going into it, he wasn't talking shit like, oh, this guy's a has-been, this is a new reign, it's this and that. Like, no, O'Malley, even though he called a shot and said he was gonna do what he was gonna do, he was respectful about it. I feel like just a lot of what he did, what Ilya did leading up to it, was not for me anyways. Like updating the Instagram and just all like and who knows, maybe it was fucking mind games and that he just knew something, but he probably could have done the same shit, and if he would have had just a little bit more respect on it, I would have been okay with it.
Gotcha. So you don't like the heels?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah. That
I'm not saying he was playing heel. Maybe he's just being a douche, but like just in general.
Yeah, no, but it came across heelish.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then
No,
I don't really fuck
more,
with that.
you're a face guy. I think I'm a face guy too, to be honest.
Mostly, occasionally though, there are some bad guys you can't help but root for.
Right. Like let me think of one. Who's a good bad guy in the UFC? Chael Sonnen,
Yep, that's
the bad guy. He eats T-bone steaks. He lifts barbell plates.
Yep.
When you're the best in the world, they don't call you champ. What do they call you? They call you Chael Sonnen. You're goddamn right they do.
What? God, what did you say? So that something like I got trombone-sized stones, the size of John Jones. Like he went like he's got some bars, Mr. Sonnen.
He says, Vanderlei, I'm a gangster in America or something. I can't remember. Do you remember what he's like? I will send people to your house or something like that. I can't remember. Him and Vanderlei was fucking hilarious. Can't let you get close.
Bro, that's still probably one of my favorite clips from any season of Tough, man.
Right.
That was phenomenal, bro. They sold that season. They did.
And honestly, I've adopted that like philosophy. Like I used to be like, I'm not gonna hit first, but like if you hit me first, now it's like I'm not gonna even let you get in my face, bro. Like,
yeah,
it's
don't
not
get
even
close.
gonna happen.
Can't let you get close. Not gonna happen.
You're not gonna sucker punch me, bro.
Yep. Nah, I feel you. But yeah, let's see here. So yeah, we covered that. We kind of covered the fight night, but nah, this 299 really. I'm not even gonna pretend this is what everybody's waiting for. This upcoming fight night. It's a nice little filler. Nice
He's
little
fucking underdog.
What's that?
Dustin Poirier is the underdog.
That doesn't surprise me, man. After
Me either, but
what Benoit's been doing, I was surprised Poirier even took the fight. Because he was on record talking about he didn't want to welcome anybody else in.
Right.
But I think he also realizes he's in a precocious spot. He's got to do something. He's going to have to fight somebody if he even wants to be considered.
Oh, shit. MVP is making his debut against Kevin Holland. They don't have odds for that. That's interesting.
Yep. Gilbert Burns versus JDM, too.
Dead even odds. I think Gilbert Burns is my favorite fighter. If I had to pick a favorite fighter, I think it's Gilbert Burns. He takes hard fights. He don't do politics. He just fucking throws down every time.
He just fights.
And there was that last fight where you got mad that he probably could have done more to get the finish. But other than that, like he's fucking
And if I'm being fair, like I'm pretty sure him and Gamebred were homies to begin with. Like they are on good terms. Not like there was bad blood for that fight. They just knew that this was a fight that they had, And I think that it was Burns showing some respect to Masvidal, like, "Hey, I ain't trying to hurt you. I'm already ahead. I'ma touch you, but I ain't trying to sleep you. I ain't trying to
Right.
embarrass you." But I think that, again, personally, I feel like that's what Masvidal wanted, though. He wanted to go out on a shield. He wanted it.
Right. And I've seen a couple people talk about this before, and it's like, and I kind of agree. In all sports in general, the most disrespectful thing you can do to your opponent is not give 100%.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, almost more disrespectful not to finish him than to
Yeah,
finish
yeah,
him
yeah.
in
Because
the
it's like, what do you you're going easy on me now because you like no, I can't take it. It's like I don't know. Yeah, I get it. I get it from both perspectives. I guess.
Oh, I'm surprised they have Pietr Yan as a -130 favorite against Yadong Song.
Yeah, that'll be a good fight. We'll see if
That
Peter
well,
still got it.
again, it's yeah, -130 to +110, so it's about
Pretty
as
close
close
to
as you can
even,
get
but
without it being a pick 'em.
right.
Bro, look at this
Damn, there's
though.
a lot of close odds.
Blades versus
Yep.
Almeida, that's a
That's
pick 'em.
that's a good fight because Jailton's the fucking jujitsu guy, but Blades is that wrestling guy.
Mhm. Mhm.
That'll be a good fight.
Pedro
That'll be a fun
Munoz.
parlay, pal. Pick.
Yep, Munoz versus Kyler Phillips. Man, Michelle Pereira, Pereira versus Oleg Zushek.
Guy. Oh, that was pretty good. That's way better than I would have done.
It's because it's because I've got a lot of Czechoslovakian blood, and they like neighbors with Poland, so it makes sense to me in my head sometimes. But yeah, Joanne Wood starting off the night.
I hate watching fucking Caitlyn. Oh, she must have gotten married. Her name's not Caitlyn Chukagian anymore. It's
Yeah,
Caitlyn.
yeah, she just recently changed it to the Sirmanera.
I fucking hate watching her fight. She's ha 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 ha. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're the like. I don't care when people like make noises, but hers are just so annoying.
Well,
She
and I
sounds like a
guarantee
fucking
she's
video
picking
game
up
character.
in training, and it's not a bad thing to do in training because when you're going, you're forcing that air out, which is actually
Right.
forcing you to breathe better. But
and a lot of people do that. Do anything but ha go anything else. There's a lot of strikers that do it, but only she pisses me off.
See what it is, folks. He just mad that she married now, and he knows.
I'm not even gonna go into that, but that's not the case. I don't want to be mean.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think on that note, though, we can call it a night because we talking 2 weeks ahead, and I'm gonna keep talking about it because I keep seeing names. Like I see Gamrot, I see Macy. Like fuck, just nope. I gotta stop. We're gonna say that for next week because we're gonna have to talk about these fights this happening this weekend, and then there's fights and fights and fights, and this is what we do and do and do. Also a heads up to everybody who tunes in. I know obviously Dre had to bounce out a little early this evening because he has Real Ninjas tonight. I knew there was a reason we were trying not to go on Monday nights too, and we still did it.
But, I actually have a music business chat that I usually do every Monday also that I'm currently missing out on, but I was like, fuck it.
Son of a bitch. We just throwing wrenches and everything. But it sounds like for the next two, he'll be good. He'll be in. But then there's gonna be about a month or so. He'll be in when he can. Almost Homeless is doing their little mini tour starting in about a month. And so he gonna be preoccupied doing that. We might bring in a guest host or guest ref to fill in. I might
Mike Tyson.
Oh, that would be dope. That would be dope. I don't know if we
he'd just be sitting over there all high.
Yeah, I don't know if we got that kind of clout yet. So what might be a local celebrity like Uncanny or President.
Okay.
We'll see though. I want to see, obviously if they're game or if they're available.
Do you know Derek Anderson? I think his name is. I think he lives over there in like Lincoln or Springfield.
I'm familiar with them. I don't know if we've actually met, but we got a lot of mutual friends.
Yeah, I think he fights at 135. It'd be cool to get someone like him on sometime.
Oh, I'd be all about it. I've thrown out some feelers to a couple people who won't say their names publicly yet until I get some traction. But there's a good chance actually we got a couple fighters that would be down to
shit. One of my buddies is fighting for a strap the same night my band is playing a show on March 23rd, so we'll have to get him on to talk about that. He's fighting for the Caged Aggression strap.
Do you think he'd want to talk prior?
Probably, I think so. Maybe we'll try.
Well, hey, throw a feeler out there. Let him.
I will. Yeah, I'll hit him up.
Want to get on? He's welcome anytime.
I run his socials for him and shit too, so it
I
should be pretty
actually,
easy.
you sent me the page, his fighter page, and I followed him. I seen when he picked up his strap.
Yup.
But yeah, on that note, I hope y'all enjoy your evenings out there in the internet world. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, like, subscribe, come back, comment. We see some shit, we're going to answer it in the next episode. But as always, this is A1 and Mr. Paul Wilby, resident hater. And this was almost time. Y'all have a good night, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.